Hi guys, it's been a while since I have done an update on my succulents and cactuses, and I thought today I'm gonna give you an update on plants that I have on the front porch. And I'll start with the plants that are on the top of the fence here. So all the way in the corner I have Mistletoe Cactus, or Ripsalis passifera, that has grown quite a bit of branches since I got it last summer, I think, or fall. And then next to it is this beautiful three-color Hoya that I got at the end of the winter. Next to it is this ungrafted cactus. If you watch my video from 2 weeks ago, this is the base of the ungrafted cactus that has started growing up, and it has grown a lot in the last 2 weeks, pretty much tripled in size. Then next to it is this no ID cactus, but it grew quite a bit. This is blue barrel cactus. The next to it is this Sedum Morganianum that was on the deck, getting sunburn a lot and lost quite a bit of leaves due to sunburn. So I placed it here because on this front porch that receives south sun, actually in the morning the top of the fence gets east sun for about 4 or 5 hours, and then in the afternoon it's shaded. As you can see, this poor guy has some lost leaves here that fell off, and then had some stretched areas because during the winter time it couldn't fit all the way on the lights, but I love it. Mousetail cactus, or Ripsalis horrida, that has been burned. As you can see, these pinkish areas early on, because it was here on the ground where there's more full sun in the afternoon. And then next to it is this pretty agave white thread of cascade that keeps growing new leaves from the center. Then here on the ground I have Euphorbia trigona. Then next to it here is this pretty Pilocereus azureus bluish cactus with yellow spines. Euphorbia horrida is here with 3 pups. Actually, third pup is really tiny, started growing maybe a few weeks ago, and I put a little gray turtle, stone turtle, that I got at the antique show. I think it goes well here because it's the same color as Euphorbia. This is Euphorbia bioensis. Grew quite a bit of pups. Looks good. Next to it is this peanut cactus. This is purchased from Home Depot. It bloomed a lot, so I'm going to show you a picture with blooms. Here behind it is Euphorbia grandicornis. It got so tall that I couldn't put it under light, so I had to cut it right here. This is the height that I want to keep it at. And then I propagated the top, so here it is. This bigger piece is the top that already rooted, and next one to it is still rooting. And then on the place of the area where I cut the top to propagate, the 4 pups started growing that I will probably, when they're bigger, also propagate and remove because I have to keep it at certain height. Here on the bottom I have Opuntia, Cylindropuntia imbricata, and behind it is another peanut cactus variety. It's preparing to bloom, so I think that's really exciting. This is another Opuntia with a lot of pups growing. This is Cylindropuntia chola cactus. This one here has a little leaf stuck from the trees. Then Mammillaria elongata, Copper King, another beautiful Opuntia. If you remember from my last update on cactuses, it grew quite a bit of pups. This is the very first cactus and succulent that I got when I started collecting about 3.5 years ago. It fell from the top shelf at the end of the winter and actually has few damages here, cuts, because it was from like 5.5 feet It fell to the ground, but it's a 5. It didn't completely break, so hopefully it's gonna be alright. This is another Mammillaria elongata. This is beaver tail opuntia that's growing a lot of pups. Golden rat tail cactus. When I got it, if you remember, it was cut one of the leaves, so it's growing 2 new leaves on top of that cut. In the back is Euphorbia anopla, long and skinny with its red spines, and then Euphorbia Tanzanian zipper plant, looking good. This is another Opuntia, prickly pear, I think. Echinobia rainbow burst cactus that produced so many pups, looking pretty. This one here is golden barrel cactus that got bleached a little bit on this side, so I put it in the back here where it's more shaded. Then I have a few more euphorbias here in the back. This is Euphorbia lactea, green one, and then Euphorbia lactea variegata, ghost euphorbia that has little pinkish and whitish and greenish color. It also got burned a little bit because I had it up front, so I moved it in the back. Then behind it is a Centaucereus tetragonus. This one I forgot the name of. This one during the winter time had aphids and mealybugs. Even when I got it outside, still had something, so I had to spray it. But I haven't been seeing a lot of pests yet, so it's a good thing. This is Claystock cactus riteri, white one, that grew quite a bit in height. You know, when I got it, I think it was like that, so I think it probably doubled in height since the last summer. It was actually up front here, getting a lot of sunlight, but it was getting soaked because we've been getting so much rain, so I temporarily moved it here. So I'm going to be probably rotating places of cactuses here. Then on the other side, on the top of the fence, I have Turnedescantia zebrina. If you watch my video where I took cuttings of this plant, those are the cuttings. They rooted in the water and they grew quite a bit since I got them outside. On both sides there is quite a bit of hanging. It could really be nice in the hanging basket. Next to it is purple dew, or purple heart or wandering dew, that finally has this beautiful pink purple color that I couldn't see during the winter time. And then next to it are just all of those terracotta pots that I painted black. And different cactuses that you probably have seen before. I had all of these before. Slohavortia. This one was added in this pot, but I had it before, so it was just in a different pot. And this was addition, Euphorbia cuttings that I got from Ted's greenhouses in Chicago. This is my ungrafted cactus, the top of the ungrafted cactus. And I have video where I have been showing you how it's progressing with rooting, and now you can see the roots are bigger than the last time, so you can see them better. And then at the end here is Notocactus magnificus, balloon cactus. And then on the ground here I have my big dogtail cactus, Selenicereus testudo, that's growing a lot of new leaves. I really love how they get this reddish color when they're on the sun, and they get more full, so they're not as skinny. So I actually produced quite a bit of pups from it. I actually sold 13 rooted leaves, and I'm rooting more. And I know that conservatory doesn't have it, so maybe eventually when I root some of the young leaves, I'm gonna give mother plant or keep mother plant there in conservatory. Then here is another Opuntia, prickly pear snow, something like that. It was all the way up front, and it just yesterday started getting some bleached areas, so I don't know if it's too much sun, so I just moved it here where it's more shaded. Then there is another Opuntia Brazilian Brasilia puntia that grows like a tree, really big and blooms, and it's growing quite a bit since I got it. On the ground, it's Sedum clavatum. These are actually cuttings from my original plant that I had a year ago, and since I took cuttings, they have not been doing good. I don't think they're doing really great, and they have been kind of burning from the sun all the way up there, so I moved them here in the shade, but I just don't know, they're not doing that great. And then all the way here in the back is Monodinium ricci, is in shade so it doesn't burn again. And then there is a lot of little white pots with cactuses that you have probably seen during the winter time when I made videos. This one here that I had in a different pot, I unfortunately accidentally knocked over all pups, and I was so upset with myself. And it was just when the pup was growing another pup, so I think that they just rooted, and I hope they're gonna be okay because they're slower growers. But yeah, that was unfortunate. This is rickrack or zigzag cactus fishbone that's growing some new leaves. And then behind is this hybrid obesa that I got from Fairy Blooms online, and it doesn't look like regular obesas, so it's definitely some kind of hybrid. It's a little strange. Then here, these two cuttings I actually brought last year from Serbia. I smuggled them. They were like this tall, maybe 1/3 of this height here, so really tiny, and they've rooted and they grew taller, and now they're blooming. How exciting! And they don't have any pups yet though, so hopefully they will. It's a type of Mammillaria. And this one also I brought 2 cuttings, and then they grew a bunch of little ones. This is bear paw succulent. I actually burn it on a few leaves. This is how the burnt looks like. And this is variegated one that I got recently. Then I don't know the name of this cactus. That's, I think, one of the newer ones. This one is also from last year. If you remember, they had like glued flowers, so they, you know, they lost hair where I was removing glue. Mammillaria, Gracilis fragilis, snowcap mammillaria, another puntia, euphorbia, and then here I have an addition that's called Cactus flagelliformis. It kind of grows really like long leaves that hang, kind of like it would look nice in a hanging basket, and then blooms. So I'm excited about this addition. This is my Puntia Santa Rita, and it's growing a lot of pups everywhere, as you can see. It's growing really nice. Then I have 2 of these Ming Ting cactuses, Cereus monstros. They're a little bit different. And there is my little warty Gasteria I got recently, growing another leaf since I got it. And this is, I think it's called Blue Pearl, Graptovaria or Graptosedum, one of the 2. These are all cuttings from my original plant that I had, so I think it's finally getting bigger. So then I have a few different sedums here, some that are quite stretched out. They were in the more shaded area, so they don't have color and they have space between the leaves, so I might need to cut them. This is Graptovaria Vera Higgins or Graptosedum, one of the 2. I think that one is a little bit stretched too, could have a little stronger color as well. Then here and on the front step I have Euphorbia Sticks on Fire that hasn't got quite yet the orange and red color on tops, and another big Opuntia you remember from the last year, that was inside in my plant room, and it's growing up now. So yeah, so that's the front of the front porch. Thank you guys for watching. I will make a few more videos with update on my other succulents.